So, hi
Yes.
everyone. Welcome to the fifth episode of What Authors Think, and we are back after a long time, almost a break of almost 2 months. And today we are having with us a very special guest called Vinisha Makran. She's an author, a poet, and a spiritual healer. A lot to do. So, how are you feeling, Vinisha ji? Like, are you excited or nervous about this?
I am everything. I see, recently I did a live and I said overwhelmed is something that I'm always. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
most of the time I'm overwhelmed. So right now also I would say not excited, not nervous, I'm overwhelmed. And
That's
because it really means a lot that somebody really, thinks that you're worthy of coming live with them and being on that platform. So I'm really grateful for that. So I'm highly overwhelmed. Thank you so much for that, Shubham.
thank you,
And
and thank you for giving your time. You know.
no, no,
So
thank you.
let's get started. Like mostly you're seen reciting a poem or doing the live, shows you're saying. But like this time you're promoting your books on someone else's Insta. So how are you feeling it? Which side do you like more? It is more of the poet side or promoting your
Actually, I like both of it, and promoting it on somebody else's Insta is something, मेरे को ना compliment लेने maybe it is a very difficult thing for me. I'm not very good at accepting compliments. It takes a lot of time for me to digest few things. So this is also a very big thing कि किसी के साथ जाकर, you're talking about your books. It's a very big thing. I will say as I said, I'm really grateful to you for giving me that opportunity. Hi, Rima. So yes, I am really, and you talk about poetry or book, actually both of them. I love both of them because I have always wanted to do this. So I have always written poems and since school and
Okay.
love letters and everything and anything actually. So I wanted to
Okay.
be a journalist, but वो तो नहीं हो
Oh.
पाया. But yeah, so
So love
I
letters are in love letters for you or for someone else's.
So in school, of course, for your crushes and for
Okay.
your infatuations and all of that. But yeah, later on, fictional love letters also like so I'm somebody who fantasizes a lot, creates stories in her head. That's what generally, writers are. You're supposed to write non-fiction and fiction if that really pleases you. So it goes on like that. So if you read my poems I recite, though most of it is fictional only, but it comes straight from the heart. I feel what I write and I write what I feel. So it just goes on with that.
That's really good. That's really good. So to all the viewers, you can comment down your questions if you're having any questions related to the books of Manisha ji or any questions, that should not be related to the books only, to the poetry also, to the spiritual journey even, then you can comment down. And she's here to answer your all the questions. So let's make it more and more interesting. So coming back to the next question, Manisha ji, as this, for the authors, this is not your first book. This is your second book, that too published in the same year, right? So how are you managing that? People are finding it difficult to get one book done itself. Then,
So actually I would say जब कोई बोल रहा है ना ये बात like you're saying it that two books in a year, तो I had to take a moment to actually realize it and accept it कि this year it really happened. Like, it that this benchmark and this milestone has been achieved, and they two are completely different books, completely opposites.
I'll
They have no
come
connection to
back to
each
this
other.
question. I'll come back to
Yeah.
this question.
Yeah, so yeah, it is a very big thing actually. I can't believe myself. Honestly, I'll be very honest. मुझे मुझे नहीं हो रहा इस बात पे विश्वास कि मैं ये कर सकती थी और मैंने ये कर दिया. Somehow it just got
That's
achieved.
good.
Maybe, efforts, hard work, whatever you can call, or maybe, good timing, or maybe manifestation, जो भी. But yes, it is to an extent I can't believe it. और as I said, मैं overwhelmed हो जाती हूँ कभी भी इस बारे में बात करके. तो वो, it just happens.
No, it's just really great. Congratulations for your both the books, and it's a big thing as an author. I feel that if someone is getting published, constantly next to next in April and then in October of 2023. So it's a good
Hmm.
thing. It's a very big thing, in fact, So getting
Thank
back to
you.
the same question again. So tell the audience about the title of your book and how was your journey, how long and difficult and what fun was the journey.
Okay, so answer key, it really it took less than a year's time, but it did take more than 10 months. So you can say 10 to 11 months. The conception and the visualization of it. Uh, I had a vision, okay, but I did not know how to put it down and get it together. So yes, it came with an idea from a conversation. तो उसको कैसे लाना है book के form में, it took say about 10 to 11 months to think about the right content and the crisp content that can go in the book, so that it's not a very complicated one and becomes very relatable and people can resonate with it easily.
Okay. So tell the audience about a little bit brief and the titles of the book also, so that, they can go to Amazon and check the book as well.
Okay, sure. So answer key, this आपको तो दिख नहीं रहा है शुभ, तो I'm just highlighting the book, and the answer key is about answers, and I've actually mentioned how to use the book also. So it has a
Okay.
lot of answers in it. तो ऐसा होता है, we get lost a lot of times, या sometimes we have questions in our mind, and not every time you want to go to somebody, and not every time you will be able to find the answers. तो कुछ ऐसा हो जो आपके पास रहे, like a go to, and not something which is very big जो तुम आराम से handle भी नहीं कर सको. It's always with you. So you can just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just flip through the book and open a random page, and whatever thought you had asked or a question you had asked, that answer that you would land to would most definitely be what you're looking for.
Okay.
So yeah, so and I have had reviews and I've had feedback from people who I know also, but they've been honest, okay? So there have been people I don't know also. They have sent me DMs, they have even commented even on my Insta, and they have personally called and messaged on my phone, like WhatsApp also, that it was unbelievable that how it could really, as simple as if you read the book, I don't know if you have it or no, if you read the book, बहुत easy से चीजें हैं, ऐसा भी नहीं है that you can't really relate to it, like something as simple as like just take time for yourself, pause, slow down, things like that, जो हम आजकल
Okay.
थोड़ा भूल भी जाते हैं, and they're
True.
practical and something that will make you go inside and look inside of yourself also, and in the same time you're getting an answer also, जो भी आपका thought था, जो भी आपका question था, जैसे बचपन में हम ओरेकल, मुझे नहीं पता आपने कभी जैसे ओरेकल करके एक बुक होती थी, so we used to do it in school, वो numbers होते थे, we used to select some numbers and flip through it and answer आता था, so वो dots और stars बने होते थे and you connect it and then that's your answer. So
Okay.
it's a very similar concept.
Okay. So as in is it a self-help book?
Yes, it is totally a self-help book. You don't need any translation to get it to you.
That's
आप
really great.
खोलोगे, आप देखोगे, you will be able to understand what it is. And if somebody is really getting their hands on or coming to know about the book, it is like a message for them that it is something that they really need it. And
And they
not
can
because,
connect
of course,
with
yeah, it is not because मेरी book है इसलिए I'm just exaggerating it, but
it.
that's how I felt, because when I did it, it was from the energy, that it all came. ऐसे randomly, I did not write anything, so it was all energy was used. I used to think, sit for hours, and then create a message. So yeah, it's a very deep work.
So I recently heard an interview, I was just checking an interview of a famous author. I won't name it, but that author had the same words that when you write, it is not, that you are just writing commercially or you change your ideas as per the people who wants to read, or who are going to read the book. It is the universe, writing through you.
Yeah, That's
It is the
absolutely
energy,
yeah.
that is flowing, and like you're saying now, the same thing. So it is, as an author, I also believe the same thing. And apart from that, also, like we're discussing this that self-help book. So if we talk about who is the your favorite author when it comes to self-help book, if you can name some for the people, for the viewers. If you're having any, you can name yourself also.
No, no, definitely not. I will not. Actually, Dr. Brian Weiss is somebody I've
Okay.
always read, Many Masters, Many Lives. So he's somebody I always look up to. Recently, I'm reading As a Man Thinketh, and I like Viktor Frankl also. I love Viktor Frankl actually. So his book, uh, the search, the I am forgetting the name of
That,
the book.
that's fine. That's
This is what happens with me. At the
it's
moment, I
okay.
will just completely.
I, I
So
have
that
also,
is,
read Dr. Brian Weiss, and I love his book because that
yes,
is again, the point we are discussing here.
exactly.
Yes.
So Man's Search of Life. I think that's
Okay.
exactly the title, Viktor Frankl. And I've read the book so many times, and every time you get a different concept and different idea and different perception from a lot of things. तो वो होता है ना, हर बुक, किसी भी बुक को आप अगली बार पढ़ोगे ना, आपको उससे कुछ और ही निचोड़ मिलता है. So that really happens at least with self-help books.
That's
And
good. That's good. And what
yeah.
about your second book, the poetry one? Tell the
Okay,
audience about that also.
okay, that is Pause and Become. And so this is it. And that is really very close to my heart because it comes out uh, these poems are from personal experiences, trauma, and a lot that life gave me, and I learned, and I paused, and I became.
Okay.
So the name of the book is Pause and Become, and a lot of it, उसकी हर पोएम में ना आपको कहीं ना कहीं वो pause and become will always be there. बिकॉज उस टाइम जब मैं लिख रही थी ना तो आई हैड तब मेरे दिमाग में यही आया था दैट दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट वी डोंट डू. We don't pause, we don't reflect, and we are not able to become. Become का मतलब कुछ ये नहीं है you have to become someone. Become yourself. Like,
Yes.
what you really want. एक शांति, contentment, that is what you first need to become something. So you need to take a pause for that, and then you need to reflect, and then only you can become. So,
That's really beautiful. The
yeah.
title and the brief you are talking about, because like we are discussing, mostly in today's world we are rushing so much, and sometimes we forget what we are. Because
Hmm.
I'm also a yoga teacher, so I can understand what you're saying.
Hmm.
Somewhere we forget at what we are, then we just rush up, and one point of time we feel that what we are doing in life, it is all in
Exactly.
loneliness and a lost thing. So the title is very nice, and the brief obviously is very nice. So all the people who are into poetry, who are somewhere finding difficulty in understanding yourself at this point of time, you can go and check the book of Vinisha ji. As she has said, the answer key and pose and become both can help you a lot. So while you're waiting for, go and check the Amazon, everyone. Chale. Moving to the next question. So this is my personal favorite question because this will put you somewhere in a dilemma. So which one is your favorite book among the two? If you have to name one, and why? You cannot name both, huh?
ये तो धर्म संकट है यार.
Okay. This is my favorite question.
Okay, so देखो favorite तो definitely if I now have to choose between the two तो आंसर की ही बोलूंगी मैं, of course the answer की, because uh,
Reason?
see, Pause and Become can be treated as a self-help book, but Answer Key is definitely a self-help book. मतलब उससे तो मुझे पता ही है that people, the kind of feedback and the kind of you know conversation that I'm having with people regarding the book is way beyond my imagination. मैंने ऐसा नहीं सोचा था कि it will really reap such results. And मेहनत of course करी थी. हर चीज बहुत अच्छे तन मन धन से सब कुछ करके वो मैंने करा था। लेकिन वो होता है ना कि जब यू हियर पीपल टॉकिंग अबाउट इट कि वो इधर इम्प्लीमेंटिंग इट, तो बस ऐसा लगता है कि सब कुछ हो गया। दैट इज व्हाट दैट्स एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू डिड, राइट? मतलब वही तो होता है ना कि कोई तुम्हारी कोई भी करी चीज, हम खाना भी पकाएंगे, वो किसी को अच्छा नहीं लगा तो इट डजंट मेक अ डिफरेंस ना। किसी को कोई बोलेगा कि चाहे एक सादी सी आलू की सब्जी ही है, वो उंगलियां चाट के खा रहा है, तो तुम्हें लगेगा ना, हाय मजा आ गया। So that's exactly how I'm feeling. So,
Sure. So
yeah.
from here, I got a good question also. As an author, I'm asking. So how does this validation from other people, from the readers, makes a difference to an author? Like, is it like really needed that the person reading it should feel like a wow factor, or is it like the author writing it should feel as a wow factor as a reader for the same book?
Okay. देखो, आई डेफिनेटली अग्री कि रीडर के लिए तो इम्पोर्टेंट ही है, द रीडर हैज टू लाइक योर बुक। अब वाओ फैक्टर हर किसी के लिए एक अलग परसेप्शन होती है, पर्सपेक्टिव होता है। एवरीबडी विल हैव आई एम सॉरी, will have a very different perspective, लेकिन you will always have a target audience, right? अब if I talk about the answer की, इसकी ना कोई target audience नहीं है, because even a child can read it.
Yes.
So, it doesn't have anything that a person will have to think कि ये किसी के हाथ आ गई तो उसको पढ़नी चाहिए या नहीं। उसको डेफिनेटली पढ़ लेनी चाहिए, डजेंट मैटर वो 5 साल का बच्चा है या 10 साल का बच्चा है या 60 साल का इंसान है। सो कमिंग बैक टू द क्वेश्चन,
The question
आई डोंट नो,
was like, let me repeat for
नो नो नो
you.
नो, सो हाँ, एक बार रिपीट कर
Yeah.
दो। आई
So,
गॉट
so
जस्ट
the
लॉस्ट।
question was like, as an author,
या द वाव
in a
फैक्टर, या
simple word for the readers, is it like, commercial success, or, how many people are saying it's a very good book is important? Or as an author, you should not compromise with the idea just to make it commercial. The question is
सो
like that.
तो कमर्शियल तो डेफिनेटली एस्पेक्ट से मैंने नहीं बनाई थी। आई wanted to reach to a bigger audience than thinking कि वो कमर्शियल है। ठीक है, वो तो एस्पेक्ट होता ही है ना, that you want to earn, बट मेरा इससे earning is not something that is definitely secondary. So yes, audience की appreciation and audience की acceptance is important. You can't just keep on writing whatever you want to, and nobody is even bothered to read. People have to resonate with what you're writing, and yes, that readers point of view definitely matters. इसीलिए it is very important for an author to take critical feedback all the time. It is very important. ऐसा अपने आप को 30 मार खा नहीं समझना चाहिए, that बस हमने किताब ली तो हम तो बहुत we are top. I would never ever want to do that. It is always very important for anybody, and especially authors, to get feedback, and absolutely critical feedback. So yeah.
Very nicely answered. Very nicely answered. So, like, how long was the journey? Like you said, 10 months. So 10 months was in like the period of writing both the books, or have you started it years back and slowly, eventually, started writing it completely?
ओके, सो पॉज एंड बिकम तो बहुत जल्दी करी थी मैंने। इट डिड नॉट टेक मी अ लॉन्ग टाइम, इट जस्ट हैपेंड विद इन अ मंथ्स टाइम।
Okay.
But the answer, yeah, it happened. It was a part of a challenge, so that is why I had to complete it within 21 days, and that's how pause and become. But of course, just for the sake of 21 days में मैंने ऐसा नहीं करा कि I just have to write something. It all came from my own experiences, and what I see, how a person, if going through a trauma, वो कैसा फील कर रहा हो सकता है। देयर वेरियस टॉपिक्स, बहुत अलग अलग से। इट्स अ वेरी you will say it's बड़ी versatile सी है, if you would look at it. It's not confined to a particular you know trauma or experience or any topic. अलग अलग aspects हैं बहुत। So yeah, उसमें तो बहुत जल्दी हो गया. It did not take that long. But yeah, answer की, as I said, 10 months, not years. It a total say about 10 to 11 months that it took.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. I don't think so. उससे ज़्यादा मतलब
And
सालों तो
before
नहीं हो
this
गया.
also you have been a published author with certain anthologies, you said.
Yes,
And
that's right.
I
I've
like the idea very much, so I wanted to, I want you to tell the audience about that also. That a lot of people came together and written something.
oh
So
yes,
just
It's a fantastic thing to do. बहुत मजा आता है मतलब फर्स्ट वन वाज मेमोरीज एंड मिराजेस एंड इट वाज मेरे को तो याद भी नहीं है कितने ऑथर थे उसमें बहुत सारे आई थिंक मोर देन 30 पीपल केम टुगेदर फ्रॉम ऑल अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड and a person who is actually an architect and interior designer, but he edits, he loves, that's his passion, so he edited it and got it compiled together. So that was the first one, and it was a mix and match of poems and stories. The second one was Stamped, Sealed but Unsent. That was edited by Nilshri, my friend Nilshri Yalulkar, Nilshri Damani Yalulkar, who is an amazing author herself. And I
Yes, I
think she
can see her in the
must
I
be.
can see her in the comment section also.
Yes, yes. She's actually traveling, so she might not be active in typing and everything. Otherwise, she's like my cheerleader. And Megha, another person who's there in the comments, is my cheerleader. She's again, an amazing author. So yes, second one was Stamp, Seal but Unsent. It's a collection of 27 letters by 27
Okay.
women. And सो हर किसी की लेटर अलग अलग है किसी की लेटर टू फेलियर है माय माइन वाज अ लेटर फिल्ड विद लव एंड fantasies and there are a few letters that are written to your own self किसी ने किसी को लिखा है किसी ने अपने पास्ट को लिखा है किसी ने अपने फ्यूचर सेल्फ को लिखा है a lot of amalgamation of that then the third one was Hear Me Out which deep dives into mental health. We are no mental health experts, however, from our own experiences and things around us we brought it together, a concept of Hear Me Out, and again that was compiled by Nilshri. And so yes, like Megha is just saying, she was also a part of that. And छोटी मोटी थोड़ी सी पोइट्री की भी ना कभी कभी बुक्स आई हैं, but they are very like one poem published in something and that, so I would really not count that into this.
That
And
is
फिर बस
that
pause
is
में
really
come
great.
and thank you.
Yeah, Shali. So moving on to the next question, you are a spiritual healer, as you know, everyone in the audience must be knowing by now. So how your profession helps you with the writing journey, or vice versa? Because what you are writing is mostly self-help book, or writing something from your experiences to help people. So how both works together?
Okay, so it is definitely connected. I became a spiritual healer because of a lot of things that have happened in my life. Okay, so I always was attracted towards the universe, manifestation, and coincidences, telepathy, and a lot of things. मतलब ये कैसे होता है, क्यों होता है, और मेरे साथ लाइफ में बहुत coincidences होते हैं. I tend to bump into people, and I always build a connection कि वो किसी ना किसी को मैं किसी को जानती होती हूँ जिनको वो जानते होते हैं एंड देयर इज ऑलवेज अ म्यूचुअल कनेक्शन दैट comes into it या मैं शायद वो क्रिएट करती हूँ मे बी that's just a habit that I have, but I really believe in universe and I believe that any person who is coming into your life is definitely coming because he or she is supposed to, not just like that. And there is always a lesson the person has come with, और वो जब तक वो lesson complete नहीं होगा the person will be there in your journey. अब वो लेसन बुरा भी हो सकता है, लेसन अच्छा भी हो सकता है. सो इन दीज थिंग्स हैव ऑलवेज फैसिनेटेड मी. मतलब होता है ना, होता है कि I root for such things. So I always, some people really call me mad that, all the time, this is what you think. Hard time pe everything is not coincident. But yeah, that's how I feel. And as a spiritual healer, I, if I am giving remedy to somebody, I would give a very self-help sort of a remedy जो इंसान के लिए करनी बहुत आसान हो. क्योंकि
That's
अगर कोई मुझे कहे ना चलो आप यहाँ चले जाओ, आप ये पहन लो, वो कर लो, मुझसे भी नहीं होता. I can't do it. I would rather sit, meditate, or maybe do something that is very easy for me, like maybe changing my routine, maybe doing something, adding to my routine that can really bring a drastic change in my life. And it does, जैसे journaling, as simple as that. Clarity of thoughts चाहिए आपको, आप confused हो, तो start writing your things. लिखते लिखते आधी चीजें solve हो जाती हैं.
true.
So yeah, so that's it.
That's great. really interesting. I personally even believe that when you say writing your problems, it's like, identifying your problems first, which is like almost half solved things.
Yes.
And apart from that, you also spoke about, changing the schedule and everything. So mostly people in today's lifestyle are dealing with the issues like stress, anxiety, even physical disorders are also because of the schedule, because they think if they are, working in a particular job or doing something, so it's like a complete life to them.
Yes.
So that is the thing I believe people should change.
Yes.
So coming to the next question, like I personally believe that writing poems or being a poet is very difficult, specifically when it comes to writing for me. So and you are dealing with poet and being writing in other genres also at the same time. So how do you do that? I really want to know.
See, I am a very childlike, childish, or whatever you want to call. मेरे अंदर, I have all the emotions and nurture each and every emotion. I will not say if I'm aging or I'm 38 or 40 today, whatever. तो मैं, I will stop thinking about love. I will not.
Okay.
Even if in case I'm married, I have children, I will not do that. It has to always, love evolves actually. As you age, maybe the definition just changes, it evolves. But I can't stop writing. I would rather write more about such things because I will have a different perspective now. I will have a clarity that what is love? वो होता क्या है? हम पहले जो सोचते थे और हम लिखते थे और आज जो हम लिखते हैं उसके बारे में, it will be different. So अलग अलग genres को लिखना is a very I'm not sure that everybody can do it or not. मुझे भी नहीं पता कि मैं justice कर पाती हूँ नहीं. I'm not sure, but I know that I do it from my heart. And love is one topic I can never stop writing about. It's very close to my heart because you know what, that is exactly what is lacking in this world. मतलब हम बातें बहुत करते हैं, सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट भी डाल लेते हैं और बहुत कुछ कर लेते हैं, बट वो असल में जो वो फील होता है ना, that warmth, that is missing. इसलिए it is very important to keep on writing about such things instead of just always writing about, negative things and bombarding just to seek attention. So I think more of positive things. बोलना आसान होता है, मुझे पता है इतना आसान नहीं होता करना, but yes, talk about such things होता है यार. It is very infectious. I feel that smile more and things like that. छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, but yeah.
Right. True, true. So, like you just said, it's very easy to write, about the negative things. So, I have a very interesting question, which always comes to my mind. That when we talk about the mystery part, so we see most of the authors writing, something negative, getting kidnapped, abducted, or murdered or raped, something to create the mystery. So, do you believe in writing mystery? Mystery can be come up to a conclusion of something being positive instead of negative. That can engage the
Yes.
audience as well. So, what are your thoughts about it?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, if you look at Trapped, आपने Trapped देखी है?
Trap does
राजकुमार की
in
the movie
हाँ
there.
देखा yes
So
yes yes, I have seen.
like that is a movie, but if you think about it as a book also, so what did you learn?
He
Survival of the fittest.
yeah, survival of the fittest. Yes.
एग्जैक्टली सो ऐसा नहीं होता है डेफिनेटली यार. अगर आप बात करो कोई भी ऐसे जो सीरियल्स भी आते हैं ऑन टीवी, a lot of I won't name them, बट होता है ना कि कभी कभी मुझे लगता है उससे लोग क्राइम ज्यादा सीख जाते हैं. द serial is showing कि वो solve हो रहा है crime, but people are getting ideas. So yes, from that angle, I feel really sad. I feel very, dark about such things. But everything exists. If the positive things exist, negative also have to exist, and then only we realize about the positive aspect of life. तो वो होना जरूरी है, लेकिन उससे क्या सीख रहे हो आप, वो बहुत important है.
Somewhere you are speaking my words. I can relate to it. So
Yeah.
this is not a
So
coincidence. We are not connected through anything. We just, you just saw my Insta story and replied to me, and we are speaking about such topics here. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Again, coincidence.
yeah.
Connecting
So
the dots.
we are destined to be, talking about such topics
Yes,
here.
absolutely.
Okay. So coming to the next question, like how your both the books are different, from other books in the particular genres.
Okay.
Again, this is my
So,
favorite question to ask every author.
so it's, they're completely different. As I said, both if a person wants to treat that one as the pause and become as self-help book, they can. क्योंकि उससे भी बहुत कुछ your lot of trauma gets healed by reading this because most of people would have gone through something or the other and they can connect to the poem. And then the answer key is completely self-help book. So, so I really don't know. I don't have an answer for this question actually. It's a very, very tricky question. So, yeah.
It's okay. So let's move to the other question then if you're not. But anyways, like what you said, every viewer can see, and I can even see that your books are completely different in a way that most of the authors, I believe personally, think that writing difficult vocab in the books or making, complicated sentence to make the book interesting is the key. But as you said, your book are very simply written. Everyone can, irrespective of the age, person can go read it and somewhere will get feel connected to it. So that is a
Yes,
different part about your book.
absolutely. I feel that is very important. ठीक है, creating very good vocabulary, using very good vocabulary is exceptional. That is good. But again, how many people will be able to connect? हर कोई डिक्शनरी लेके नहीं बैठेगा ना पढ़ने के लिए.
Exactly.
So it's very important. Yeah.
True, true. So who are the people, close to you, friends or family or, any co-authors, whom you reach with the first drafts when you write something?
Nilshri and Mega. So, so yeah, we are like it's like a very close-knit group that we have. We have a trust factor. Agar, we don't, there is no jealousy. Like we three are authors and we are friends and एक कोई भी नहीं सोचेगा if I'm sharing this idea, that person will also get an idea and the person can also write that. ऐसा होता है ना, you have a competing feeling with the same kind of. In fact, we would rather want the other person to grow more than us. So that is how these two people are for me right now. If you talk about co-authors, it's like
Okay.
a very different feeling altogether. And we give ideas to each other. Sometimes we are lost, writer's block हो जाता है जब. तो कि, this, why don't you write on this today? Just write a blog and maybe it starts flowing to you and, you can just start creating something out of it. So yeah, they are my absolute cheerleaders when you speak about co-author friends. So
Okay. And
you make
apart from
friends
this two
sometimes.
people, you're from someone from your family or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of people इस मामले में तो I'm really blessed. And so my mother, my husband, my daughter, and ये तो है ही है of course, my sister. I have friends. Then there's the community on Facebook. There's on Insta also, Mrs. Diva community. Founder Astha Jain. She's like somebody who has always supported me, and I really give the credit to her that she's a mentor. She's a business coach. So more than that, she's a friend to me. So Astha Jain, there's so many people, Surbhi, they all from that community. I have people who are always there for me. If I am coming up with something, a meditation workshop also, those people will be sharing the post like, as if it's their own. So it'd be
That's
Shreya.
true.
Shreya is right here in the in the live also. Shreya, Abhinav Sharma. I saw there's so many of them. Kavita. I cannot even name. The list is so damn long. Isili, I am saying that I'm really blessed in such a thing that I have people who really, really root for me.
That-
And it's a big thing. आज के
It's a
time में
big
it
thing.
is a big thing that somebody who doesn't even have a jealous factor and doesn't think before sharing your things and in fact promoting it with a whole heart. That's a very big thing.
No, that's a very big thing, and you are blessed to have such friends. That might be because you are, supporting people in a way, so it comes around that way. So,
I don't.
moving on to the next question with this, like you are an experienced author, as we can see, I can see. So, would you like to, give some tips to the new authors, to the budding authors, who are in the
Okay.
writing process,
Ye-
or to me also?
Yes. No, no. See, so I will not act like a teacher here. But yes, it is very important to have clarity. खिचड़ी नहीं होनी चाहिए. So what when you're writing, don't think that always seek feedback. Don't think you whatever you've written is absolutely correct and is exactly what you need because it is not what you need. It is what the audience needs. So it
Okay.
is very important for you to have a circle, a very close-knit circle where you can get feedback, where you can share your point and get real feedback, which can help you grow. It is very important. Chose the, don't just think एक story लिख दी and that's it. You are an author. Don't think like that ever. It is very, very important to write. Don't stop from writing at all. करो लेकिन सीखो. It is very important. Let the first book fail. It doesn't matter. Let the second book also fail. It doesn't matter. But how you are growing in your journey, you can see it from the first book to the second book to the n number of books. But feedback is something that is very important. You can never grow otherwise, I feel. You know, ये author के लिए क्या, for any person, I feel. It is very important for you to seek feedback.
This is really wise words from an author,
Thank
because I have seen authors saying that it's okay if someone doesn't like the book, but just believe in your work. That is also
you.
important. But
Yes.
yeah, considering the negative feedbacks and critics is also important, and reworking on it, as you said.
Yes.
So this was all about books. So let's, ask something from a general life, just to understand your understanding as an normal person of the society, any other. So recently, are you into cricket? The first question should be like this. Or have you seen the World Cup?
Yeah, I did see it. I won't say I'm into cricket, but yes, of course, something as important as World Cup to miss nahi kara.
Okay.
So I did see the last few matches
Okay.
from the semi-finals.
So
Yeah.
there has been a controversy, after the Australia victory. A picture surfaced the internet of the Australian cricketer Michelle Marsh, I believe, resting the legs on the trophy, and after that, a big boom from the Indian audience that it is a disrespect of the trophy. So how do you see that? I just want to know your thoughts that people are saying that the Australia should be, should not be given the trophy. It should be taken back from the ICC just to teach the lesson to the country. So, what are your thoughts?
So yes, of course, I think there is a FIR also that has been lodged somewhat near to this. I'm not sure about it, but ऐसा कुछ तो मैंने पढ़ा था.
Okay.
So that's, I would say, I'm actually no one to comment or judge anyone. लेकिन if you are a cricketer and you have won a World Cup, how can you even place your foot on something that is that is something like a treasure? It is literally treasure. It is anything. It is more than any materialistic thing to you, right? Because you're playing for that, right? You played for that, and you won it. So I would really call it a disrespect. I would never, for any person who is, your profession, anything which is related to your profession, अगर आप उसकी इज्जत नहीं कर रहे हो, तो you can't get any respect. You can't earn respect, and you deserve to lose that respect because what goes around, comes around. So, and it definitely did, right? Because if you see the welcome that they got, it was a very subdued sort of a welcome, right? I'm not sure क्यों हुआ वो इस वजह से हुआ था या किस वजह से हुआ था. But yeah, that's like there were very funny reels that इंडिया में तो इससे ज्यादा घर के लोग आ जाते हैं and वहां पे तो वेलकम करने के लिए बिल्कुल गिनती के लोग थे. बट ठीक है, प्रैक्टिकल होना अच्छा होता है. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू नॉट लाइक अस, बट इतने कम लोग आए ना, सो कुछ तो डेफिनेटली यू गॉट एज अ रिवॉर्ड ऑल्सो. सो
Right,
यार,
right.
रिस्पेक्ट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है फॉर एनीथिंग, फॉर एनी प्रोफेशन. इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, आई मीन कम ऑन, एक नॉर्मल इंसान भी वहां पर जो हेल्पर्स भी होंगे ना, वो भी ट्रॉफी को बहुत तमीज से ट्रीट करते होंगे. सो यू कांट डू दैट.
True, true.
या.
So, before moving to the last question, it's not a question, it's a request, from me, from the audience, I believe. So from the audience side, if you have any questions, so you can just type in the comment section. We are here for I believe 2 to 3 minutes more, and Shaji will answer your questions again. So, Vinisha ji, this is a request from my side. So I want you to recite some lines, written by you from any poem or any poetry or anything you like.
Okay, so I can read from Pause and Become. Is that okay?
Okay, that would be beautiful.
Okay, sure. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so there is a poem that I wrote about legacy. You know, अब मेरे दिमाग में वो thought था कि what sort of legacy do I leave when I leave the world, when I go on to the other side. So
Okay.
that is just 1 second. Yeah, Legacy and Me. That's the title of the poem. And when I move to the other side, I want to leave behind a unique legacy, a legacy that empowered women effortlessly, a legacy that worked as a catalyst that just brought a storm of equality and empowerment. Because the women here suffer in quiet. They die every day, bit by bit. In their hearts, they carry desire to fly with or without wings. But I tell you, this institution called society, it breaks them every day. And that's what won't happen anymore. When I'm gone to the other side, I would want to look at the other side and smile. Smile with my heart filled with pride that women suffer no more. They have a voice they raise and stand up for themselves. They don't let their desires get lost. Instead, they rise like a phoenix now. And that would how my legacy be that I leave behind. So,
Wow.
thank
This was
you.
this was really beautiful, and this was very deep even.
See, actually, मैंने बहुत smashing the patriarchy sorts भी हूँ ना तो I keep
I
on writing
I
about
can see that in this few lines I can see that. And it is
yeah,
really
so
beautiful. Like sometimes we write something about very ordinary, but which is deep also because this is something we have been talking from centuries from all over the world. And
yeah,
still there is no change. There is a change, but I would say a very slight we are improving. Again, we
yeah,
are getting back to zero. Again, we are
true.
starting. So it was really beautiful and nice. So as I can see, there are no questions from the audience. So while I'll just give you a message because as you are the technical host for the interview. So when we'll close the session, you just share this interview on your feed, okay, so that
Okay,
I
okay.
can download.
Sure,
And there would be
I'll do
this
that.
session for my YouTube channel also and
Okay,
my
sure.
Facebook also because
Okay,
I don't know what this technical issue was, but I have to work on it. So
okay.
it was wonderful session, Vanisha ji. Thank you so much for giving me your time. And it was really different. It was not a general session when an author come. We talk about their book and we just promote their book. It was really wonderful in the way that you are talking about something helping people in their spiritual journey. Your poems are about empowering women. So it is really beautiful and great to have you on the session.
Thank you so much, Shubham. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much, Shari.
Thank
Just
you.
share the
Yes,
video.
I'll
Bye-bye.
do
Bye
that.
everyone. Thank
Bye.
you for
Thanks.
joining. Bye-bye.